Alright, man, I got you. You wanna cast for me there, KOB? I am back. Yep. Let's go. What's up, guys? It is Magi coming at you with a clan war tonight between Insight Gaming and Lost in Translation. Now, the way we're going to decide on this map list tonight is by random selection here. Am I missing a map? I am missing a map. Get to A, black, pink, and we're missing Catalyst. So let's get Catalyst in here. Alright, there we go. Now that we have Catalyst up, this here is our map list, and what we are going to do, go and set up a random number generator. Yeah, I'm sitting here doing some shopping. I need a random number generator. There we go. And it's going to be between a numbers of 1 through 7. Come on, Google, help me out here. It shouldn't be that hard. There you go. Alright, between 1 and 7. So, that selection. Hold up, Potato. So we're just going to roll the dice here, and whatever map is listed here out of this right here. Between 1 and through 7, this is a random list. I'm going to generate a 2. The first map in is going to be Odyssey. We're going to go ahead and get this game set up here. I'm going to throw up this AFK screen thing. There we go. Everybody sets up, and we will get this game on the way. See if KOB who wants to cast with me. Jester around? Alright, we're just gonna get this started. Both players ready? I'm ready, set, go. Need some mic audio in here somehow, some way. Maybe bring my YouTube back up here. Ready here. Over for you guys. I will be on the way. Jester had to go. No, I need Jester. Can't cast without Jester. And here we go, folks. First game in of the night is going to be between this guy right here in the pink, Brodos Pieces, from Lost in Translation. It is none other than your boy, Potato. Funny story about Potato here in a minute. Now, in the bottom right hand corner is the orange Terran Pieces from Inside Gaming. And in the TVP matchup right now, I want to see what he has in store for us. It's Tyler. Now, for those of you who do play the Chobo Team League, you'll know that this boy right here actually stopped myself, Magi, at an 8-1 win streak. Really upset about this. I took a dumb fight, and that was the end of the story, folks. Potato just had it from there because I just couldn't recover. I was kicking myself over taking that fight, and that's just what went down. We do have Potato going out here pretty early. I'm not sure if he actually 12 pylon or not, but he does have pylon get with gas. He wants to open up with a bit of a 1 base. Possibly play a little bit cheeky. Tyler also going to go ahead and send out Steve, the SCV, here to go around and take a look around to see exactly what he has over in Potato's base to deal with. Potato going to also bring that probe in. Come on. SCV a little bit exposed. He might actually get picked off by this probe, assuming Potato is watching that. But other than that, pretty standard game so far. Looks like Potato's going to opt for his expansion. Now, Odyssey is one of the few maps that got left in the map pool this time around, as it is a very evenly balanced map. a very standard based map, and that's why Blizzard left it, was to make sure that they can work out any balance changes that are need be. Okay, Cybernetic score is a little bit late there. Tyler should actually see that there is a Cybernetic score thrown down as soon as Steve comes back around. Oh well, he actually will not see the Cyber. It's actually rather interesting
Center upgrade complete.
that he doesn't check for that Cybernetic score at all. Goes on his factory. There we go. On the second racks. Alright, so he looks like he wants to open up with a bit of a 2-1-1. Potato, on the other hand, is getting his Cybernetic score, a second gateway. The shield battery is locked behind the Cybernetic score, which is probably the best thing they could have done. This Reaper going to get in here as Steve goes on home to take a look around to see exactly what he can find out, and he should see that there is a Cybernetic score down. But so far, no actual proxies anywhere on the map, which is actually Potato being cheesy. That cheesy Potato taking that gas steal. But again here, Warp Gate going to start up. There is no Stalker out just yet, but these probes getting pulled off the line. A little bit delayed mining time, trying to catch that Reaper, but a Stalker is going to pop out and shoo Mr. Reaper away here. That micro on that probe. Gotta make sure he doesn't die, yo. Can't lose a single probe to this Reaper. Although he does have one kill. Stalker here, gonna be able to shoot him away. Gonna get thrown on patrol, make sure that Reaper does not come back, and even if it does, 2 or 3 shots should just knock it out, and not be the end of Mr. Reaper. As we take a look around, production tab, I apologize. We do have Twilight Council and Robo on the way. So, judging just from what I've had to deal with lately on the ladder, and Protoss' situation of just how strong they actually are right now, I'm reading Blink Stalker all in, man. That's just what I'm going for. He has 2 Stalkers out already. He's building a 3rd. Reaper gonna come back in here, try and get the Scout. Gonna be like, oh, nope, 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 nope. We're just gonna go around. How about that, huh? But no, there's a Stalker here. 2 Stalkers out. There's Rob the Reaper. Shouldn't get too much more done. Marines are gonna finally finish up this assimilator here in about 2 days. A couple Marines is being lazy. Could also be taking some target practice at that assimilator. 2 more barracks going to get thrown down for Tyler with an idle SCV. Very confused about what he's supposed to do. He's just going to take a second gas and his 3rd gas and his natural. There's no wall off here. So Tyler not walling off does open a door for... Yep, okay, here's the blink. There's the Stalkers. There's the Warp Gate. Observer is on the way.
Game paused.
Oh, we do have a bit of a pause coming out here. What's up, yo? So, just entire situation here. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving being a wish from the Potato. So now, as I was saying, there's going to be a bit of an interesting scenario here where these Stalkers can honestly just walk in the front. But Tyler not walling off this at all. A lot of breathing room for Blink Stalkers. The first observer is on the way. Potato's going to be in a very happy situation to see this. And Tyler just going for the Marine tank composition. I don't know how I feel about this. He is getting a Widow Mine. He's getting some medevacs. But Tyler's a person to play very macro heavy. Means you should see a 3rd base come down here eventually. He is getting a bunker, so he must assume something is up. See exactly when these Stalkers decide to move out. Yeah, he should know by now that this is pretty much a Blink Stalker all in. We are seeing the +1 attack from Potato. And this is going to hit at a very rough time for Tyler to have to deal with. You know, there's a Observer here. Is he using that lovely ability yet? I think he's moving it. So, Observers and Overseers now have the ability, there you go. That whole position command now. The ability they have, it gives them increased vision range. If you take a look at his range here, normally it would be about to here, about where it stops at 2nd depot, but now there's like an extra 10% range on top of that vision. You can see just exactly what Tyler has here. You know, this Widow Mine and everything else. Even Immortal here. He is putting a little bit of a more technical army together than just Blink Stalkers. He is going to see Tyler move out here. Now, the army supply is in favor of Tyler, but only slightly. A quick warp in here will solve that problem. 3 shield batteries going to get thrown down at the front. You know, I don't know what's worse anymore. Photon overcharge or shield batteries. Just early to mid game, shield batteries just get so much value out of them, which is why Blizzard's also nerfing them and making them 100 mineral. He's also going to move out here and catch a lot of this army from Tyler out in the open. The stem forward in a heartbeat from Tyler, and Tyler's going to push right up this ramp and push these stalkers all the way back to the shield battery. The Immortal in danger of falling. But no, oh, he will actually pick it off. The shield battery doesn't kick in on it. The tank is not sieged up, and Tyler is going to wind up losing this to the Immortal that just popped out. Another stem forward in a heartbeat. He's trying to get this army away from the shield batteries. Tank sieges up, but a blink forward in a heartbeat is going to clean up this tank, and that's probably going to be it for Tyler. We do have a follow coming out here. Why is, where's my, awesomeness? Follow alerts aren't working. See exactly who followed me there. Dookie! Thanks for the follow, mate. Greatly appreciate it. So now Tyler's got a bit of a situation. This observer's just going to follow him home, see exactly what kind of army he's still putting together. And Storm is on the way. So imagine once Storm is done, Potato is just going to move out and Raffle stomp all over Tyler. As you know, Tyler just going for that bio army. He needs to start mixing into Ghosts and Marauders here. He is adding on a couple more barracks, getting that 1-1. You know, had he had this 1-1 before he moved out, it could have been a very different fight. However, the Gallic did that upgrade. I'm kind of paying for it. Concussive Shell and Combat Shields do finish up. Take a look at the upgrades. They are there, but the upgrade advantage is in Potato's favor. As he does add on 3 more gateways here. He does add on that 3rd base. Tyler also has his 3rd base about halfway done. The bow player is looking to go into more of that mid game. Got a couple units just hanging out in this medevac. Needs to unload them. Alright, we gotta see why my followers. There we go. This Strix. Thank you for the follow, mate. Greatly appreciate it. Minimize this so the frames don't go to poo. Potato does love that Storm. That's honestly what killed me. Is that fight I took with him in Chobo was a kind of odd situation. I was getting ready to move out here at the drop by the looks of it. But I'm going to show you real quick. It was in like an area kind of like this. I had put tanks down, you know, just to try and catch anything coming down there. But I didn't have the room to split my bio. And he just caught me off guard at the Storm. And I was getting caught off guard with that watchtower being taken. This one over here. Both drops are going to get caught and probably just get shut down in a heartbeat. Storm me to death at JSL. I tell you what, man. Storm is one of those upgrades that are just really difficult to deal with. Stalker's going to catch his full medevac. And now there's a Stalker hanging out here. He's wondering where that other drop is. Tyler going to boost in after shaking his head and losing that drop. Going to unload right behind this mineral line. I feel he should have unloaded somewhere else and just gone to the pylons here. But he looks for them probe kills. At this point in time, dropping the main of Protoss isn't your best option. Because all his economy is elsewhere. He needs to work on, not this pylon. Photon overcharge is a thing. Work on the pylons around the gateways now, yo. The blink stock is just gonna lull. Troll face. That's gonna be it, folks. Here we go. Tyler looking to move out, thinking he got some damage done. And only 4 probes really isn't that much damage. But he does have a Liberator. He does have some tanks. If you look at the units. The Archons are here. The Storm is here. And Tyler ain't gonna have a good day when he comes up here and goes, oh, well, there goes my army. Upgrade advantage is at 1-1. 1-1. One medevac is going to get picked off in a heartbeat here by these Stalkers. The tanks are going to siege up, but a blink forward might just happen. Storms are going to rain down all over this army as the Marines are going to disappear. The Liberator not sieging up, but a bit of a flank here from Tyler. Tyler might actually win this fight and push him back, but he can't chase. He cannot chase his army. The Storm is still in play. He needs to add on more Marauders, add on the Liberators here. Tanks aren't going to be all that great once the charge locks come out. The lag is apparently real for Tyler. We are on the eastern United States. We must be talking about his laptop, because at this point in time is where his laptop usually starts to go to poo. That's right, he's trying to end this game. And Tyler might just do it here. The upgrades, the concussive Marauders, chewing up these Immortals, chewing up Stalkers with the tanks. And he might actually be able to beat Potato here, as Potato's army supply is starting to lack at 60 to 47. Liberators need to siege up before he moves forward again. With the tanks backing up these liberators, he can't simply blink underneath here. And Tyler is going to put himself in a really commanding position, but the charge lots, and this is what killed me against Potato, is these charge lots with the tanks. Liberators trying to do all they can. They blink forward with the stalkers. Going to get pushed out, and Tyler might actually just clean up Potato here as he's going to get some of these units warping in. Here we go. He's going to have to back up once again, and Medevac does get picked off, and that's the last healing factor here. Blink forward is going to knock out that Liberator. Should be able to get on top of this tank, kill the tank as well. Should be able to knock out the Liberators in the air. But no, he's fighting the Bio. This isn't good for Potato at all. Had he knocked out the Liberators here and focus fired, he could have worried about the Bio later with another warp in. But now he's putting himself at a huge disadvantage as Tyler has doubled his army supply. Take a look at the units he has available. It's 6 Stalkers on the map. And there's a Warp Prism at play. Where's his Warp Prism? Warp Prism on the other side of the map, not getting much value. 4 probes are going to fall somewhere. These 4 probes going down that. Not quite sure exactly, but we are just going to watch this fight happen as the Archon is here. He's going to walk up into these Liberators and blink back in a heartbeat. He's going to pick up this free tank. They kind of got command food, and now he's kind of awkwardly stuck and, you know, dancing with the Stalkers there. But Tyler has a really good position here. If he can stagger these Liberation zones, he can keep these Stalkers out of this, like, in the third base forever. He just continues to push forward into the natural. Minus more medevacs are being added on. 3-3 is on the way for Potato. Is it going to be enough? He is picking off some Stalker tanks and some units behind his army. But is there just too much damage getting done from Tyler right now? I mean, a lot of this army is getting picked up. He's on the rally across. He needs to shoot. Oh, Tyler's army is going to get blinked on and get trapped. Tyler, you got to ball back up, man. You can't just keep pushing across the map. Hey, he's finally realizing he needs to ball up, but 3-3 is on the way for Potato. As the damage was done, yes, he got some gateways. I think he may have got a piece of tech there, but there is a Templar Archive still hanging around. He did do some economic damage, and right now, upgrade. I like Potato's position more because of the upgrade advantage. However, where Tyler is at right now, he's only on 1-1. He doesn't even have an armory. He does not have an army at all. If you take a look at the resources lost versus Potato, he's trading a little bit better. However, once these upgrades kick in, he's going to start to lose his army left, right, and center. He is taking the gold base for his 4th. So the economic advantage is going to explode once that finishes up. The army supplies almost even once again, but our storms here back once again. Charge lots in the mix, Stalkers in the mix, and all of these Liberators on command move once again. Going to get picked off. Not even sieging up. He's going to try to siege up some of this army, maybe. He's throwing away units here as the blink begins. That might just be it for Tyler as he's bleeding out army supply here. Choosing to move out at a very inopportune moment with army just now starting up. This is one of the things keeping Tyler out of Diamond is not watching his upgrades and everything from the behind. Which is putting himself so far behind, and Potato I think is actually a little bit afraid to move out here, which I kind of like his decision to make that choice. Get these shields back up on these Stalkers, then move across at full shields. At this point, he can start to add in the Colossus, but here we go. We do have a Zealot warp in. You'll see that there is no 4th base here. He's going to have to assume that it is in gold. However, he does in very good position here to do some damage. Tyler just kind of awkwardly watching this Warp Prism in his base. Hopefully, he knows this is there. He is going to... This is an army here that could have stopped this warp in. And these Zealots are going to get cleaned up very easily. Potato keeping his army back home, so he's just trying to find some damage on Tyler. Tyler's macro is honestly what's keeping him in this game. Tyler looking to move down the ramp once again. We will see that there is a few Zealots hanging out down here. Gold base is done, so he will be able to start them upgrades rather quickly here and get that 2-2 started. But again, it's +3 attack and 2 armor here for Potato. And if Potato were to move out with this, you know what, the army supply is in Tyler's favor again. He's going to scan the main. What you're looking for in the main with Hope is just that robotics facility, or robotics bay. The second facility being added on, so you should know that the Colossus are on the way, mate. This Marine going to step forward on a mission. Going to see if there is an army here. He's going to have to take this fight correctly. If he doesn't take this fight exactly, get everything sieged up, get this Widowmine down, get these tanks sieged up, he's going to wind up dying. His Widowmine is going to finish up. Widowmine going to get a shot off on... Oh, what a hit on top of these Stalkers with the storm all over this bio. Just going to start to clean it up. These medevacs going to get taken out. He does clean up the army with a beautiful concave here from Tyler. Tyler, you gotta press your advantage now, man. You're ahead in army supply. Your upgrades aren't there, but if you just siege up on Potato right now, you're gonna be in a very good position. But we do have 5th base here, the gold base. He's gonna start to pressure into this base over here with a bunch of shield batteries, which is gonna allow Potato to hold very easily. So there is some cannons here as well. It's just gonna be able to heal them cannons right back up. Tanks are sieged up on the high ground, but this is a position Tyler should be well aware of because he can get caught off guard in the back line. The army's not here. He's thinking, oh wait, I can move out, but hello, look from behind, Tyler, as these stalkers are gonna blink all over your tanks. Take out 2 tanks. Probes are falling, yes, but a lot of army in the backline is gonna get bleeded out very easily. Tyler, main army is fighting some damage. He's gonna pull back here and start to clean up these units. There's some medevacs who are already weak. A blink away in a heartbeat. He can actually trap this army of Potato. He is gonna be able to start cleaning up some of these stalkers very, very easily. Oh, Potato, just A-click the Liberator, man. Make my day. That was a free Liberator, not doing anything above you. Potato's arm supply is once again doubled by Tyler. And this is where things are going to get awkward once again. Potato held on last time, but this time there are Colossus in the mix with more upgrades than Tyler has. If he takes this fight right, he should be able to just clean up all this bio on the ramp. Yeah, see, just look how fast that got shredded. Once again, he's just going to stem up this ramp and start cleaning up this army. The Zealots are going to get warped in. Right on top of this, the Liberator not doing anything in this fight is probably going to wind up costing Tyler this fight. Is a bit of a concave could have been set up there, and he's going to bleed out some of this bio. And Tyler, once again, just stemming all his units across the map. So everything's getting here about that 75% health. I didn't realize we turned on handicap here for Potato. Tyler is going to load up some Marauders and make a drop into main. I like this move. Trying to pull Potato's attention elsewhere. He needs to control this drop a little bit. Get on top of these gateways and clean that up. The Potato's just going to walk right down the ramp here. Get on top of this tank. Get on top of this tank. There you go. Clean that tank army up. Tyler needs to get this army balled back up. And he's command moving out once again. And not using these Marauders for anything. There you go. Getting some pylons finally. Might get his sink. No, it's all just going to die. Awkward. Anyway, he's still on 2-1 if you look at upgrades here. 2-1 versus 3-3 plus 2 armor. The only thing saving Tyler, literally, right now is his macro. That is it. And once your Potato manages to hold on long enough, because he's just expanding around the map because he can, Tyler needs to find some damage here. I think he's going to float his main. Oh, he's just going to build another command center. At this point, I would just say just float your main down. Put all that supply into that army. And once again, Tyler just needs his upgrades. If he can get his upgrades, and he needs to start building some Vikings for that Thermal Lance is about to kick in. He is building another command center. Both players going back into that macro phase. And honestly, Strix, Potato is still in this game, mate. Tyler is honestly giving him the time to breathe, and upgrades are heavily in his favor. He does have the more technical army versus his bio composition, so it's just a matter of time before he moves out and is just able to shred Tyler. Some medevacs here awkwardly flying away. They'll go back home to their fellow Marines on the ground. That fellow UNSC, or that fellow Dominion Army. A little bit of a Halo reference there, my bad. This Warp Prism awkwardly hanging out is going to get taken out. Good pick off by Tyler there. Tyler's going to throw down a scan to see where this army is. He's actually going to catch the entire position of this army. See if he feels comfortable about moving out, because this army does consist of quite a bit of Marauders. 21 Marauders in this army, so it is very beefy, and +3 attack is on the way, but again, just because you have healing factor and combat shields does not make your army invulnerable. Ooh, Oracle. This Oracle could buy a Potato a lot of time. If Potato could just max out here, it's all he has to do is max out. He wins this game very easily. A lot of army here. Gonna get caught in a little bit of power supply actually. This tank might get sniped out as well. Some sieges up from the tanks in the back. Potato taking an awkward situation. Widowmine going to get sniped out by that Colossus. Widowmine's detonating all over the Zealots, and here we go. He's going to get pushed back once again. Storm all over the Marine army. That's what he needed, as his Colossi can actually start to clean up this army very easily. He can't blink forward here because his tank and the Marauders are just chew it up. And honestly, Tyler needs to start adding on some Liberators, as Potato is starting to get into that air attack. Alright, I like the decision to go into the air. This Oracle is looking like it's trying to get some damage. Doesn't get anything. It is just going to be a bit of a wasted resource cost here as it does die. Curious to see what he does with this army as Tyler's macro is once again just on point. He is able to start splitting up his army, dealing damage wherever he can, but this Marauder Ball could get caught in the open. It will do just that, costing him a little bit of army supply, but he's going to stem forward here and try and fight this army. He does have a lot of Marauders. He can start to chew this up. And I think this might actually hold up the Charge Lock Warp and will once again save Potato. As Tyler didn't fight with his entire army, he's just going to call GG. Tyler, you were out of this game. But he can't play yet. His laptop is a very poopy laptop. Just like that, Potato does manage to hold out, guys, and Protoss will take the first win of the ladder, or the night. And we'll be right back with game number 2 for you guys. Guys, if you like what you see, hit that follow button. Help me out in the stream a bit. I greatly appreciate it. Get some tunes going for you guys. I got it. I got it. I swear I got it. I know what I'm doing, guys. I swear. Just stick with me. Let me get the chat back up here. Alright, there we go. I need to minimize OBS once more. OBS is a thing. Anyway, spawning in the bottom or top left-hand corner. Playing is the blue Zerg pieces from Inside Gaming. It is the dentist, the man of the hour. Looking to claim the series of tie at 1-1. It is Muller. And in the bottom right-hand corner, the Stormin' Mormon himself, a purple Parodos pieces, or is it the purple potatoes of potato? Oh, is this in PUBG? Oh, snap. Sorry. I seriously forgot to update all this information, too. I was in the middle of a PUBG match, and just... Sorry, guys. I completely missed that. Thank you for the follow, xCloud 2010. The information is updated, so give it some second time to update, guys. Alright, we got this. I swear, we got this. We got this figured out now. We're all here. I usually do a better job than this. And the frame rate is a thing because OBS is open and AMD and Windows blow. Anyway, so we're getting right back into it. Now, you have a bit of a standard opening here from both sides. You have that pool coming down after that hatchery. Like he went 17 pool by the looks of it. You have that expo from Protoss. So both players playing that macro game. Not looking to be too cheesy at all. Not sure if Potato has scouted yet. It looks like he put his probe on Park over here. He scout? Yeah, he scouted. Okay. He didn't go for a gas steal. But he's keeping the cheese off the potato this time. Who is that? Who is that? So I'm just gonna like open up this in a different window so I can see everybody who follows. Just to look at chat. Come on, yo. Snap to the side. All I'm looking for. All I need in my life. And Angry Midget, thank you for the follow, mate. There was not much going on. I'm just trying to get some things taken care of. There we go. Now I can see everything. Perfect. And it looks like we do have a Zergling push coming out of Muller here. Looking like he wants to get across here and do some damage. Possibly snipe out the Cybernetics Core. Maybe get the Stalker. He will get the Stalker here. And this is one way to deal with Protoss, folks. It's just to play aggressive. He needs to kill the pylon. Muller, get the pylon. Pylon, Muller. Muller, kill the pylon. Woot. What? Looks like he was not expecting this push to come out, as that Stalker did just get eliminated rather quickly and easy. Kill the pylon before the Stalker finishes. He should have been doing this a long time ago, but one Stalker will indeed pop out, and he will have to clean up that as well. And shut down at the wall and triple pylon wall off. Too bad there's no more photon overcharge here, folks. Is that's one thing Potato could really use right now is a photon overcharge. GG calls Potato. And Muller being the cheesier player. Looks like he had to get a little bit of that potato cheese sent back the other way as both players call GG. It looks like Potato is a little bit salty. King of Blunts has left the game. Potato looks to be a little bit salty. He's gonna make this diamond player kill everything. Can I like kick players for doing this? Because it's just insane. As a referee, can I boot people out? Doesn't look like I can boot people out. He's gonna make them kill everything. I have to stop the potato jokes. BM. Potato, no. I guess he was just a bad-mannered potato. Or a moldy potato. That's what he was. A salty French fry. Or is it a potato wedge? I don't know, man. We'll be right back with game number 2. This is game number 3, actually. repair something here real quick. I'll be right back. And we're back, folks. And now I need to minimize OBS. But anyway, alright, now we're good to go. So in the bottom left-hand corner of this new map in the map pool, the black-pink map, the blue Zerg, it is Muller. Playing as the blue potato wedges. The top right-hand corner, pink potato tots. Or tater tots of Shadow. Hey man, I gotta keep the potato jokes going. If you don't have potato jokes are everything. You need potato jokes in your life. I do need to set the window up. There we go. Alright, so Blackpink is a map I've been very up in the air about, guys. There are reasons why, and I don't know if you guys noticed, but there's a little position right here that actually can reach, for Terran players anyway, with a siege tank. Very much like on Abyssal Reef, if you position a siege tank behind the third base here, you can actually reach the 2 gas geysers and, like, I do believe the 2nd mineral patch here. So, it's just something to keep note of. I mean, Protoss really can't abuse that. Zerg really can't either, unless maybe a Lurker gets placed back there. But other than that, there's not really much you can do in PvZ with it. But in, like, whenever you're playing like ZVT or playing a ZV or PvT or whatever you want to call it, anything with Terran oriented, just take note of that, because I've been killed by that a couple times and couldn't figure out quite how to deal with it. But anyway, it looks like we do have Molar going for a pretty standard opening this time around. Might choose to play pretty aggressive against Shadow here. I hope I got his introduction right. I apologize, but it is Shadow. Series tied at 1 apiece. See exactly which way this is going to go. Now, this Overlord is floating into a position that he can easily poke in here and then be in position as well for a drop. Got drones being added on from Molar. A bit of a wall off here for Shadow. Now, one thing you see about Protoss is whenever they wall off, you just go around it by, you know, elevating a little bit. You gotta elevate. You gotta elevate, man. I'm trying to think of a pun for that, but I just can't. Gotta elevate my puns. Anyway, now, we're going to get over here, and eventually his Overlord, second Overlord, we'll see that there's a wall off, but here's the thing. He's going for a third base. He wants to get that economy rolling quickly. He is going to get in here and see there is nothing of interest, really, in the main base, but a couple pylon, and a couple gas. But we do have Warp Gate and a Stalker already on the way. It's funny to see that Protoss is actually adapting very well to not having a motion core. A lot of Protoss actually didn't want the motion core anymore. So they gave them another building, the Shield Battery. But you really don't even see them going for that. You know, you just get that Stalker out real quick and be fine. Probe's just kind of hanging out here. He looks a little bored. Chilling in the shadow of his natural. Wishing he could do something. Poor Probe. Probius, man. By the way, guys, if you would like your own probe, head on over to the Blizzard Gear store where you can get one for $10 right now. I'll do that after I get done here. I mean myself a probe. Probe is going to come over here and throw down a third base. Oh yeah, this is also a neat little addition to this map. Not sure if it's a human doing a Night Elf dance or an alien doing a Protoss doing a Night Elf dance or if that's a Night Elf itself. Just don't know. It looks like a ghost. Yep. Yep. The Supernova. Most entertaining thing on this map. You have a Stalker and a Sentry playing laser tag with an Overlord. This just doesn't seem like a fair game of laser tag. I mean, this Overlord has to, like, awkwardly float away and eventually explode. Disappear. Take a look around the map here. Some Evo Chambers coming down here from Bullard. He's going to get that +1 Carapace and +1 range. Looks like he's opting for that Roach tech. Wherever the Roaches are hiding. He's opting for a faster lair. Which one was he? Okay, you got a lair. We should see a Hydralisk Den on the way, if anything. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, a couple shield batteries and a Robo coming down here. No Twilight Council. Double Forge. Twilight Council just yet. I think we're going to get some Immortals out and some upgrades started as well for Shadow. We're curious, why is he... Alright, he's getting +1 melee and +1 range. I wonder if he knows he's getting these two upgrades or if he's doing this for some reason unknown. That music sounds a little loud. I'm going to turn it down real quick, guys. Alright, there we go. Quite a few sentries here. Chilling. Everything's just kind of chilling around the Shadow's base right now. Just chilling in the shadow of the Nexus. There we go, Chrono Boost on these upgrades. New Chrono Boost is actually pretty fast, and that's one thing that, one reason why the Oracles are getting adjusted, by the way, for Protoss. If we did have a bit of a harassment going on here. Something was attacking something. Things are being attacked. Probably no. Probably an observer. So the real question is, what is he getting? What is his tech? Is it? He's just on Lings. There's the Hydralisk Den. Okay. We should be on Ling Bling Hydra. I don't see a Baneling Nest down just yet. Get some Spine Crawlers out here. Getting that Static D. Making sure nothing can get in there and like play knock knock on his hatchery. But again, man. Again. Just De Nova. It's even got his own... Listen to this. Listen to this. It's got its own soundtrack. It's got its own audio, man. That's probably the most interesting thing about this map. Like, seriously. Like, other than game in front of us, which isn't really progressing anywhere. People teching up and macroing up a bit. More mortals on the way. Shields are on the way. Here for our Protoss in pink. Looks like a Muller trying to get some army together. He is ahead in army supply right now and does have the upgrade advantage. I think he's just going to opt for a 4th base and keep that base count growing. I'm surprised he hasn't taken his base right down here in front. I feel for a Zerg this would be far more beneficial to take than expanding up to the northern side of the map. As that is a little bit easier defendable. You got some rocks here that have to come down, and you do have a ramp here that easily gets you another base as well. But the way his creep flow has been going, I can understand expanding up here to the north. Blink on the way here for our Protoss fan. Colossus as well. +2 attack also on the way. And Muller is kind of on the clock here. He's just giving Protoss time. I mean, at this point in time, if Protoss decides to move out, I'm a little worried for Muller because the upgrades are going to be in Shadow's favor. There's no Warp Prism out, so he's not moving out just yet, but Thermal Lance and Storm is on the way. It looks like Muller is finally deciding to hit that timing. He has 2-2. He's going to hit right when 2-2 is done. And at this point, he has to start denying base on Protoss. He has to start doing economic damage. Stay alive here and make sure this army doesn't get out of hand. He's going to send these Lings in, take a look around and see if he can't find his way into this Protoss base at all. Good to see that there is no 3rd base here. So it must be on the other side. Some Elucidator Phoenixes coming out here. Good scouting information. Some Stalkers. And shave off a couple Lings. Zergling used Tackle Attack. It missed horribly. Muller. Muller I also feel needs to open up this map a little bit. Give himself the room to breathe and move around the map. A lot of these rocks are very key positions that are very easily defensible. Especially from the high ground. Like, duh. So if you knock these rocks down, you can actually make it a little bit easier to move around the map. Phoenixes out here on patrol looking for that army. Overlord's kind of chilling together. Just, you know, hanging out, floating around. Being potatoes. Also, Muller's on the clock, man. He really is on the clock. And sooner or later, Protoss is just going to say, yep, time to max out. And hey, click this map. As hallucinations keep getting sent out here by Shadow. Just to take a look around the map, make sure there's nothing interesting. Oh. Gonna get picked off, you'll see exactly where the army's at. This 4th base is actually really vulnerable. There's some cannons here. But with the DPS of the Hydras versus the shield regen of the shield batteries here, I think it's like 50 shields a second, and DPS of Hydras is like 80 or something like that. If I remember right. Either way, it's just has more. Look at these derping Hydralisks in the middle of these Banelings. Yep, derping out, man. Breakdancing. They got this. Look at that. Look at that breakdance. Anyway, here we go. Looks like the first engagement is about to happen. He's gonna walk right into these Colossus. His shield's not being thrown out by the sentries. Banelings is gonna roll all over these Zealots. The concave is slightly in favor of Muller, but again, the thermal lance and these Hydras would just chew through these light units. Storm raining all over these Hydras, and Muller might actually be in a bit of a bind here as his army supply just plummeted from like 125 down to 60, and he is now behind in that army supply. And that's just going to prompt Colossus tech here, have Shadow just to start moving across the map. And that's nothing Muller could do against this. Like, he didn't tech up, he didn't get any Corruptors, doesn't have any Roaches to tank for anything here either, and there's not even any Lurkers in the mix. So Muller kind of in a bit of a pickle. We do have Shadow going to rotate around here to this 3rd base. It looks like he's going to counterattack with some Lings into this 4th or this 3rd. We might have a bit of a base trade here. But the new recall of this Nexus can bring this army back in a heartbeat, which might be what he does. These Zealots and Stalkers back here are just going to chew up these Lings. And Muller not finding the damage. There's drones being killed. 3 killed over here. The Protoss is like, lol, what's up, bro? And he's just going to keep running and going, shredding through these drones. And some army supply being bled out there by Muller. Not what you want to be doing in this type of situation. You're double the army supply right now. You're down by double. You're just gonna bleed out the army. You're getting on top of Colossus somehow, but you don't have the units to do it. So you might want to try catching these Stalkers instead. That would be a help. But he will do just that. He will start getting rid of some of these Stalkers with a blink away. Stalkers are just gonna stay alive. The storm gonna rain all over these Hydras and Molar. Gonna find some High Templar for his trouble. I'll finish the Archon, mate. Finish the Archon. What are you doing? What are you doing, man? What are you doing? And GG's is gonna be called out. And just like that, that is going to end game number 3 with Protoss once again making another win. No surprise there. Oh, did I say that out loud? My bad. My bad. Sorry, all you Protoss players. Can't wait for them nerfs to show up. And we're back, guys, with game number 4 in this series between Insight Gaming and Lost in Translation, or Lit Esports as I like to call them. I think that's what their name was originally. So, I'm going to say a little bit about this map here. I'm trying to find... It should be popping up in the BRB screen. Alright, but anyway, falling into the top of the left-hand corner of Neon Violet Square. Another new map in the map pool is the teal blue Protoss or Zerg pieces of economy. There we go. Alright, let me minimize OBS real quick. And in the bottom right hand corner of Neon Violet Square, his opponent currently up 2-1 in the series. It's the pink shadowy Protoss pieces. Shadow. Speaking of them shadows, look at those shadows, man. Look at these shadows. No wonder Muller lost last game. He lost through the shadows, not the actual Protoss. Okay, so Neon Violet Square is a very awkward map. There's 3 easy expansions, or 2 easy expansions, but the expansion in the back, honestly, does not have much mineral with it. I think it's only like 8 worker count back here. And mine's out really quick. This is more of a mini expansion. This is your natural. They just expand out into the map, which is something I like because it forces both players to expand towards each other and not just away. Now, I do believe the original version of this map also had, but there was no base here. It was like smoke line right across here, a fog, and then a zone like a watchtower. Which, look at it. Look at the distance between the travel between the main and this base right here. You could cheese it so easily. But it looks like Blizzard took the opportunity to change that up, and economy gonna go 3 hatch right away here. Get his spawning pool. That gas on the way. Should have it started up here. Does start. I imagine he will start his metabolic boost. Oh, we're gonna hang outside the main base and take a quick look and poke in here eventually. But other than that, now the other thing about Neon Violet Square is the purple blockers. Now, things like Ultralisk and Siege tanks, like massive units, they can't fit through here. Anything that takes up, I do believe, more than 2 grid spaces cannot fit through here. You have to go all the way around, or you can kill off these rocks right here, the rubble, to make it a little bit easier for you to move across the map. It's like pachinko slots. Or pachinko. Play pachinko and maybe you get rich with the Bailing connection. Who knows? Bro's gonna hang outside here looking like he wants to go in and scout. We'll do just that. The Lings are gonna be here and be like, hey! Probius, come here. I'm gonna use tackle attack on Probius. Probius uses flee. He doesn't get away, it failed. Probius cannot run away fast enough. He cannot escape the fight. Meanwhile, so Sentries and Shield Bat are going to go down here immediately. Looked like he was kind of spooked. The economy might be up to something, but these Lings are just going to poke around the map a little bit, make sure there's nothing too cheeky hanging out. I'm surprised we haven't seen very much aggression out of Protoss in terms of like proxy oracles, or just opening that 12 pylon and going into the 3-minute oracle timing. You know, it's insane just how much damage can be done with the oracles right now. Which, that's why November 27th, there will be a patch coming out once again. In case you guys did not know about that, check it out on the community forums. They're boosting the Oracle build time up to be on par with the Woodray. Bit of a run by here, looking to try and pick off a probe or get some scouting done. Either one's worth it at this point. He will do just that. He might actually be able to pick up a probe or 2. He will fall, possibly a 3rd here. Nope. Tackle tag doesn't do that much damage yet, mate. It looks like these probes are just using maybe a scratch or what would be a move for that? Kind of beam. Thundershock? Yeah, it looks like a thundershock. Bit of an oversaturation there by economy. The both players playing that gentleman's agreement, just macroing up a little bit. I'm surprised nobody has taken the base in the back. I'm surprised Zerg hasn't taken the pocket expand just yet. I wonder what people actually think about this base. This base is a rather interesting one. It's just back here out of the way. Very difficult to reach. Especially if you put like a cannon or a missile turret here. There is some flight path to get back here, but other than that, not much else you can really do. This Phoenix gonna get in here and get taken out. Trying to get some scouting information done. We do have a Baneling that's on the way. Might see a bit of a Baneling drop out of economy. As the Evo chambers, I do believe, are finished. Yep. Alright, he's adding on the Evo chamber now, which means we will possibly end up seeing that Baneling drop the main base. 3 Gateway, 3 Forges, and a Twilight Council added on. 2 Forges and a Twilight Council over here in Shadowland. It's like, it's just 3 base. Surprised we don't have a gold from Zerg yet, you know. Surprised economy is staying this long on 3 base, you know, not getting any kind of economy advantage. Or economic advantage, as his name implies, economy. Alright, here we go. Through the pachinko slots we go. Oh, right around the outside. Observer gonna go the other way of these lings, just trying to get some scouting information done. Oh, wait, here we go. Here comes the drop, folks. Shadow, probably not fully aware of this. Over here working on the rocks, yeah, they're always completely out of place. This could actually get quite a bit of damage done. See exactly what kind of damage it does get done. Aspire is on the way for economy. The Observer is going to see it. Oh, the gig's up, PogChamp. The Stalker is going to get warped in here. The economy doesn't know the Observer is here. He's going to go for it. Going to take a very out of the way path. This Stalker is here. 3, 4 Stalkers are here. This shouldn't get any damage done at all. In fact, once he sees the Stalkers, he should just turn around and leave. Yep, but he does do just that indeed. He does stay alive, keeping the Banelings alive. Gonna park them out back. Now he has to draw the attention away from that spot. So what's his plan? Probably to run these lings, enter that 3rd base over there, be like, hey, I'm over here attacking your base and stuff. Go over here and answer this. Hasn't gotten rid of these just yet. Shadow gonna go ahead and leave 1 Stalker here. Which 1 Stalker at this point should be more than enough to make sure at least 2 Banelings at most drop. And that would be about it. I never noticed this pathway back here, by the way. Yeah, this 4th base economy is taken here. Very interesting. Laser tag, folks. That's some sentries. Gonna knock out that Overlord. And not much going on in this macro game. It's just very quiet. Very, yeah, man, I'll take this base. Can have that base. Some cannons being added on here. Finally, we're gonna see that back base taken. Actually, I'm just very curious what people think about this. The Tosis pylon? There's a Tosis pylon. There's a Tosis pylon there, and that's it. Only 1 Tosis pylon. So could you imagine if he flew these Banelings in here and just managed to knock out that pylon? That'd be beautiful. But unfortunately, it takes 5 Banelings to kill a pylon. It's just, again, the economic game. Going on up. He does see the Spire. The Mutas are out. Mutas are us. Those are Mutalisk, the flying shrimp. We're gonna have some caterpillars on the way. I forget what the Protoss unit was back in Brood War days. It shot like a unit out like a catapult. It's a ground unit, and that's basically just what the Infestor looks like. I forget what that was called, to be honest. It's been so long. I haven't touched Brood War except for like 5 or 6 times as a kid. I was like, yeah, I don't like this game. Then I found StarCraft 2. Reapers? Are they Reapers? I don't think they were Reapers. It's just, you know, a very quiet game. Tell me my music's off, guys. Come on, man. You gotta have some noise in the background with the dead air that I'm getting here because there's just nothing going on at all. Both players are just wanting to max out for that one big clash in the middle of the map. You know, with the mutas out, these Stalkers are really just the key linchpin in this army right now because these mutas can start to harass, so when they do start to harass. But yeah. Oi! You lost a flock of mutas. There they are. As he is adding on more and more mutas and getting that +1 air. I'm surprised he's not adding on get the Spire. You should see a greater Spire here, folks. He wants some air upgrades. Looks like we're going to see some Infestor Broodlord! Remastered, bro? I should play Remastered, huh? But I didn't pay for Remastered, so it'd just be the old and poopy skins. My bad, Caps. Wrong chat, bro. Giving out secrets. Anyway, these mutas gonna come in here and pick off these phoenixes. They're not phoenix once again. That is just a fake phoenix. Indeed. Be quiet, man. This is a very tense match. As here we go. Both unit arms are going to get to the point where they're going to start to clash. The Greater Spire is on the... KOB here. He's a learn to shut up. Little lag here. Come on, guys. Pay attention. There's a match on the line. There's a lot of money involved. By that, probably mean nothing at all, but whatever. But I can't wait to see this Infestor Broodlord composition come out. We should see the Infestors on the production tab here shortly. He is going to start to get into the Broodlords as well. 3-3 is on the way for both sides. He's even getting the +1 air and more Phoenixes out to deal with this. Just know what is up. Come on. Add the Infestors. We need to see Broodlord Infestor. It looks like we're going back to Heart of Swarm days with the Spore Crawlers being added on. Added some Swarm Hosts now, why don't you? Oh, he didn't see the Broodlords. But he knows it's on the production tab. Has to know at this point, which means he is on the clock. These Lings are just going to get... Come up here, start looking around, see if they can't find any damage at all. And see, this right here is just insane. These cannons with the shield batteries are going to be more than enough to just stop all these Lings from doing any damage. But Adrenal Glands at 3-3 is on the way, or 3 attack is on the way. Got some +1 air upgrades. Another Evo Chamber on the way. Double Stargate being added on. And we do have carriers coming into play. Here we go, folks. The Broodlords are moving out, and it's on the clock. It is time. 3 Stargates on the way, and there's no carriers. Are there any carriers out yet at all? There's no carriers, but there is High Templar. Storm should be done. There is no Storm. There's no Storm, guys. This could actually be pretty disastrous here. With no Storm, and no flipping the feedback, these High Templar are just going to kind of A-click their way to victory, I guess. Going 6 damage a tick. And how's Economy done it? He's come in here and just started crushing this Protoss army with Muta and Broodlords, chasing down these Stalkers. He can't lose the Mutas. He can't lose the Mutas. Back them off. There you go. You just caused that army supply to plummet. Protoss is in a very tight situation, but the carriers should be on the production tab here. They're not. This is more Stalkers. But here's the thing. He can blink right underneath. The Phoenixes are here. He can clean this army up very easily. Economy overextending his stay is going to reinforce some more ground. Basically leaving these Phoenixes completely useless. The Broodlings, the last of the Broodlords here, are trying to clean up whatever they can on the ground. He just throws his army away. But the Lings are going to get on top of these Stalkers, just blink away in a heartbeat right into these cannons. The shield battery going to heal everything back up, and he's just not getting the damage done. Stalkers will die, and these Phoenixes kind of hovering awkwardly above this entire fight with the Immortals being added on. The DTs being morphed into Archons. The carriers are finally being added on. So now here's the problem. With that many Phoenixes, does Economy here, apologies Economy, have any idea what exactly is going on? Did he just lose this game in one fell swoop? That is the real question. As the army supply now back in Shadow's favor, he can just move out on the map right now and probably just crush the remaining army of Economy. Economy looking to get a run by in here. Trying to find some damage. Shadow gonna move away from this position over here where these cannons are. The shield battery versus Lings. Or Cracklings. Looks like the Cracklings end up losing. Zealot's getting warped in and some damage getting done to these probes. He will be able to clean up 4 or 5 of them. So economic damage being done, but on the other side of the map, this hatchery will end up falling. He definitely overextended, and now Economy is in a bit of a bind, as he doesn't have the army and his Stalkers or carriers are on the way. But hold on, Economy playing the mind games. Getting a flock of Mutas out here. Definitely going to be able to help out, and the Ultras are on the way. And now here's the fun part. Ultras against carriers. The Ultras do in fact win because the carriers cannot kill them fast enough. Oh, that new recall coming out. Recalling back into the main. And this might have been the most brilliant swap Economy could have done here to go into the ground tech with the Ultras now. But that damage being done, the economic damage, does he have enough to actually make this work? These mutants gotta find some damage of their own to make up for it. They're just hanging out here. I love this new mode like they have. And as a beacon of hope, he is the observer. As these mutants are trying to awkwardly find a way in, he does catch a few phoenixes here. But he is going to get surrounded. He can pick off a couple carriers of these mutants and make it worthwhile to have them. What she is trying to do is clean up at least one. He's going to have to pull the rest of these away. So, this is where it gets funny. Because of the Ultras in the mix, they can't get lifted by the Phoenixes. Which makes this even more of a hassle for these carriers to deal with. They'll be able to shred the mutants, shred what's left of these lings, but he can't kill the Ultras unless he finds a way to pick them up, and he's going straight into that air. But now, the other problem we have here is these cannons do a bit of damage. There are some Stalkers left on the ground. There is an Immortal in the backbone here. Zealots. So there is a bit of a ground force for Protoss, but I imagine they won't be able to kill the Ultras fast enough. 1-1 does start back up again for ground. Looks like he is going to tech into the Vipers as well as the Hydras, as he is getting that Infestor energy upgrade. Let's see exactly what that was called in a minute. Something to do with Sax. I can't remember the name of it. It's like Butcher Sax or something like that. I can't remember. I've hardly ever seen some of these upgrades. There we go. Pathogen glands. My bad. Sacks of potatoes. So Economy going to awkwardly dance away from this fight and try to hope to catch his army out in a better position, as these Phoenixes aren't going to be able to fight into these Spore Crawlers. But the Ultras are going to awkwardly wait at the entrance here, and a lot of these units are just going to get choked out. And this is what I'm talking about. They just can't do enough damage to these Ultras fast enough. And he can't even lift them. He does lift the Queen, but the ground army here is just going to vanish to the cleave of these Ultras. Look at the damage. Look at this. The Interceptor's just chasing that Ultra across the map. They just can't kill it fast enough. Ultra's going to make their way in here. There is some DTs on the ground. Rob, Economy. Economy! Don't do it, mate! What are you doing? That awkward moment when you realize you done goofed, Billy. But anyway, as I say, look at this. Look at how fast these Ultras die. They'll take like no damage to these carriers. With the DTs on the ground, Economy might be in a bit of a bind, but here we go. The last of the Fungals might be enough. He had the Broodlords here. He could still go into that Infested Broodlord comp. But will he throw the Infested Terrors, or will this be for Fungal? I hope it is for the Infested Terror, because the Infested Terrors now just wreck air. Looking for it. He's looking for it. The Observer is here. Oh, but wait. The Neural coming out here on these carriers could just start to shred some of these Phoenixes. A brilliant move by Economy. Now the Infested Terrors are going to come out underneath here. And just like that, he might be able to clean up this army very, very easily as the Corruptors are on top of the carriers. Everything is now fighting into everything else. Blinding Clouds coming down here. The Vipers trying to clean up what they can. I think the upgrades are just far too... He just doesn't have the upgrades. 64 Lings, mate, aren't going to do what you need to do here to kill this army. Might disappear just as fast. The Economy just doesn't have the resource anymore. Oh, he's floating 5k, actually. Why are you reinforcing with nothing but Lings, yo? You need Hydras. You need anything other than that. Let's see if you can get enough for a Neural Parasite to come out here. Do it. Do it. Neural Parasite, do something. This is a bit of another awkward moment here. As he's about to lose another hatchery. The bases are falling for Economy. These carriers just wrecking everything. He doesn't have enough to Neural at all. He's fungling the Interceptors. I mean, the cost on Interceptors being up to 8 per now. The last ditch effort to go into the Hydras. What are the upgrades on Hydras right now? It's only +1. Yeah, I just don't think he has it. Final stand, he calls. GG. Shadow going up to that 3-1 lead here. And let's see Insight Gaming's Master Player, if they have one at all tonight, can actually do it. Close this out for them. Guys, I'll be right back with game 5. Macro games, mates. Always the worst, like the worst thing is a cast. It can be kind of boring. There's not much action. It's one big fight and it's over. Like, this is one of those things. So while we wait on Insight Gaming's Masters play, we'll be right back. I'll throw you some actual better tunes other than just background audio. And I'll be back in a bit. Alright guys, we're just waiting on Insight Gaming's Masters player to show up. Whenever that does happen, we'll be able to play some more and possibly see Lit Esports close us out. But at this rate, they might just take the win anyway because we can't find a Masters player for Insight Gaming who is on. Says he's away, he was just available, but now he's not here. So, ripperoni pepperoni. Alright, we'll change it up, guys. Last slot is going to be Diamond for Insight Gaming. So that means it will be one plat and then nothing but Diamonds. So, yep. This will be possibly elimination game here for Insight Gaming. So we're going to find out and see what happens. I'll be right back with you as soon as the game starts. Alright, we are back for the last and possible final match of the night. A little bit of a BM message of GGL comes out there from Shadow. Already has it. Will Shadow do something a little bit cheesier this game? Let's find out. That was a 14 pylon, so nothing too cheeky just yet. It's spawning into the top left-hand corner of Abyssal Rave. Let me get these introductions out of the way for you. It's the blue Aaron pieces of Ryuichi off the rando draw here. I'm just going to go by Ryu because that just makes more sense to me and it's a lot easier to say and makes sense. It sound good. And sending out his probe to scout in the bottom right hand corner is the pink Perodas pieces Currently up 3-1 in the series, looking to close this out here and now. It is indeed Shadow, who has no idea his opponent is actually Terran just yet. Where's the whale shark? We gotta find our whale shark. There he is. Pretty sad to see him go. Look at that dolphin shark. I'm not sure what kind of shark it is or dolphin it is, but he's just majestic. Look how happy he is. Or depressed. Knowing this might be his last time ever being seen on ladder. Or in the season. Go on, good buddy. Burp gonna make his way into the main base here. Take a look around. See exactly what he can see and see exactly what he won't saw. As Ryu just gonna put this SCV on him and make sure he doesn't do anything too cheeky. Back home, however, we do have Ryu also getting a bit of scouting information. Sees that there is a Nexus down, means he is safe to expand for now. Means that Oracle will not be out just yet. Steve awkwardly dying to a gangbang by a mineral patch. Rex. Well, he's got to say. Have a reactor thrown down here. You might actually see a factory follow-up, possibly into that Widow Mine drop. As you know, kind of loses effectiveness, especially if the Terran leaves the Widow Mines hanging around. Factory does get added on. This SCV is on a combat mission to get that probe. He's going to make his way back around to the backside of the third base here to make sure there's nothing hanging out. We're checking around. Just make sure there's nothing too cheeky. This SCV going to come in once more and get another scout. Cybernetic score is just now finishing up. Pretty much standard timing on the cybernetic score. It's just really a question of what Ryu wants to do. He's just now getting his orbital started, which is actually very late. You want to start that as soon as possible. But with that, he's, you know, just macroing up a little bit as well, getting that 2 base rolling. Adept is on the way in this 1v1 under the sea. Under the sea. Under the sea. That awkward moment when Acolyte, you know, the Adept is just like, yo man, there's an SCV here, can I kill it? Trying to keep this probe alive, you're going to have a bit of a brawl. Now, in a general matchup, the probe does lose to the SCV. He tries to get him out. He can't get him out here unless Ryu closes the door. Ryu not shutting the door at all. He is just going to keep going. So he does know there has to be at least those Stargate or Starport means Cyclone push, Marine Widow Mine push. You know, there is options here for this. There's a Stalker and an Adept out to deal with both here. Protoss does have that firepower to an advantage now in the early game. First Cyclone is going to pop out. We should see a Marine Cyclone push come out of Ryu. No Stim on the way just yet. On the other side of that, Shadow is getting that Twilight Council. Is hanging out in the back of the mineral line here. Getting a couple more gateways, getting that Immortal out. Where that awkward moment shows up, the Stalker is in danger of getting picked off by the Cyclone. Cyclones are slightly faster than the Stalker. Or actually look at the same speed now. He should be able to catch up, but that before the Stalker does make it home with that 1 HP. You know, the early games of StarCraft are always the worst. It's just, you never see anything too interesting as both players just kind of playing a very standard game. You do have more Immortals and Warp Gate coming into play now for Protoss. Blink is on the way. Is it going to be a Blink Stalker all in? Not seeing that cheese here just yet. We do have tanks possibly being added into the mix. Seriously, if you're just going to lift your factory up and float it away, put your barracks on the reactor so you don't have to then lift the barracks up and place it on the reactor. You just wasted a lot of flight time and a lot of production time. It could already be there as soon as that barracks is finished up. This could take like another 3 seconds just for that barracks to be used on that reactor. Shield batteries are in place and Protoss is getting his 3rd base. As our blue Terran player also just kind of like, yep, I'm gonna bunker down, have fun here, make you attack me. Scan being thrown down on the main. See everything here except for the blink in the background. So yeah, Protoss base is looking pretty bare, bro. Few forges get added on, so he will miss that scouting information. Both players being macro-oriented at this point. Not too... Oh, we do have 2 pros getting picked off here by a Liberator. So the first blood essentially is already being dealt... Huh. Yeah, first blood is essentially being dealt by Ryu here, as he is ahead in that worker kill count now. At 4-2. Might be able to pick off 1 more. There we go. Does pick up a 4 probe kills so far. Liberator is going to reposition into behind his mineral line. The Stalkers do come in to give chase. Could be able to get out of here and actually find a pretty decent position here behind the 3rd as well. Possibly pick off another Stalker or a probe or 2, but he doesn't do that. He just brings the Liberator home, keeping it safe. Gonna need it later. It's a good unit to use in a fight as well, as we all know. Liberators are OP. Probably the only OP thing about Terran right now. Except for them ghosts. Ghosts are OP. Well, they will be eventually. A Liberator awkwardly gonna just get picked off and say, yo bro. Well, I was here, now I'm gone. Is that Liberator technically a submarine if it's underwater? I have to look that up later. And the Beacon of Hope. The Observer. Getting all that scouting information. Ah, where'd he go? There he is. Getting that scouting information. The flashlight is on. You're just gonna park right underneath it and say, yo man, thanks for the spotlight. I know I'm special. Stalkers are in position here to move out. Looks like they want to try and poke in and get a little bit of damage on it. A scan being thrown down on the natural. Oh, there is a natural base here. Yep, that's the thing, Rio. He does have a 3rd too, as you don't know. Nothing really hanging out around there. He's gonna move out. Alright, he's gonna move out. He scanned for the information of where the army was. Army supply isn't his favorite, 55 to 41. But will he be able to close this game out with this push? There's a couple hallucinated Phoenixes going to fly in here. And are going to spot this army, which means Protoss has more than enough time to prepare. The Immortals are in the back here. You definitely have sentries. More depths getting warped in. Is Storm done? Isn't this Storm being done? Nah, he doesn't have Storm. He's going to warp before the Archons. 1-1 about to finish up, but the 2-2. This timing is really, really late here. You're not going to get much damage done, especially with that shield battery. And he's taking more of the Tyler approach. The concave in favor of Protoss. A blink forward on top of this tank. The tank is just going to die awkwardly. And just like that, Ryu might have already lost this game. As he's just going to have to run him home. These medevacs are going to get picked off as well. Practically for free. He didn't lose anything. He's still trying to shave off an Archon or 2 here. He might be able to shave off these Stalkers now. As the Stalkers did split up. A very good turnaround in this fight. He does turn it a little bit. The Immortals are on the way. He's just going to have to pick up what others left and get it on out of here. As he does have another Bio Ball making its way across the map. Is going to be able to catch the Immortals out here. Is going to have to stem that army home too. So he is bruising this army very good, like heavily. Without ever actually trading any army out as well against his Protoss opponent. This does give Shadow the best advantage ever here to move out. He does have Charge. Just finish up. Yep. Charge and Blink are down as well as 1-1. And Shadow could very easily close the series out here and now. He can just, all he has to do is just blink right on top of these tanks. The firepower to Stalkers will do the rest. That is exactly what he's looking like he wants to do, is get in position to do just that. As behind that push, there's already been across the map, he is just taking 2 more base. Why not? And Ryu, man, all it takes is a scan on top of your base sometimes, or just a missile turret. Just put a missile turret, you'll see it. The Rocks are going to get knocked down here. He's trying to bait this fight a little bit. He does bruise this Stalker army quite a bit. That tank round, or salvo, and you know the central tower here. Definitely telling him where this army is at. But behind this, again, the backup is coming. Storm is on halfway done. Wubbaduck's Bay just finished up. Shadow's just going to kind of dance around outside here where Ryu knows he's there. He should be able to just catch this army. This tank actually moving in a very inopportune position. This tank going to get picked off for free. If he blinks after it. Yeah, he will do just that. And just bleeding out units like this, guys, is what is really hurting Terran. He's lost 2,200 resources so far. Just, you know, just bleeding out army here. He will stem forward and try and catch this Stalker army, keeping the cyclone alive. The tank going to join in the fight, but he can't just blink out of here, pick off the tank on the way out. Might be able to pick off a second tank on the way out. Blink should come off cooldown, and he will just blink this army away and be gone. Just like that, these Stalkers trading very effectively. Going to get Resonating Glaives, 6 more Stalkers. Thermal-Lance and 3-3 is on the way for Protoss. To the awkward 2-1. He's actually getting +2 ground for his tanks. Looks like he's wanting to go into a bit of a mech composition here. A bit more mech heavy than the bio. Which, alright, I can kind of understand that, but this is something you don't want to do as a Terran at this point in the game. You've already committed this much into your bio army, adding in for tanks and, you know, if anything, get air. You won't air with this. Adding on this many factors, especially when you don't have the bank for it, in the end, it might actually be his downfall. Okay, so Stalker's just outside the range of the central tower. Our supply is in favor of Shadow. Works at 79 to 70. Ryu does have that advantage, at least. A blink forward. Tried to pick off a tank there. He's going to lose a few Stalkers. The storm is done. Stargates are on the way. We should see the Golden Armada transition start to slowly come into play here, as you will be able to get some Phoenixes out and just lift up all these tanks, so you won't even have to deal with them. Thermal-Lance is also done. 3-3 is done, and then the Dark Shrine. At this point in time, the Dark Shrine is probably one of the best things ever, because Terran will not be able to deal with the Dark Shrine. Literally not be able to deal with it at this point in the game. And so there we go. The Battle of the Death Balls will soon begin. A lot of these tanks not building anything. It looks like Ryu is actually supply capped. A lot of production being lost here. He's pulling his bio army back to catch the Stalkers. This is horrible play out of Ryu here, as he's getting pulled back into 2 different locations. He might actually be able to concave this army a little bit, but with the pathing here, he's going to lose that 4th. The storm going to come down all over this Terran army, and he's going to lose about half of it here. It's just Thermal-Lance for Colossus and Storm. And Ryu, just like that, getting pulled way out of position to deal with some Stalkers while Protoss just marches forward. Kills his 4th base. He's going to get on top of this army as well. Blink up the cliff. The Vikings a little bit too late to the party. And Ryu, just like that, probably going to be in a heap of trouble here. Doesn't have any army on the way really to deal with this. A lot of it is in production right now, but that's not where it wants to be as a Terran. GG going to get called out, and just like that, Lost in Translation. We'll close this series out 4-1 in the end. Guys, I just want to say, like, there are some changes coming in a couple weeks. That are supposedly supposed to help out with the early game for Terran again. And they're ones that I feel that aren't going to be just learning for the series, not from the higher level player or anything. Ones that really aren't going to be very helpful in some cases. And I feel that the nerf to the Widowmine is also something that needs to be revamped, because that was probably the dumbest thing ever. And I get why they did it, and it was to make sure that that one game-ending moment can't happen to one Widowmine shot, like 8 probes dying. But that's what made the Widowmine the Widowmine. But with that, I'm just going to go ahead and close this out. Congratulations to Lit Esports, Lost in Translation, for taking this series 4-1 in the end, proving exactly why Protoss is OP. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and close this out. Guys, if you like what you saw, please hit that follow button. Help me out. I try my best to make a decent cast at least happen. Also, JSL Junior Star League has a Christmas League Cup coming up, or Christmas Cup coming up here for Plat 1 and lower. Anyone who got promoted out of Platinum, I do believe is ineligible to compete. Don't quote me on that. But with that, guys, I'm going to go ahead and close it out and say see you in the next one. Bye-bye.